All right, hi everyone, this is Chris. So for my Blue Ribbon Panel report, I read the Future Programs Task Group Summary Report from 1965. I thought it was interesting because it was written kind of halfway between Kennedy's 1961 speech and the 1969 moon landing, so it was published right before they started manned Gemini missions. So the report was broken into three main sections. One was current capabilities as of 1965. Then intermediate missions, which was missions from the late 60s into early 70s, and then long duration missions, which was expected to be throughout the 1970s. And within each of those three sections, they discussed the same 6 items. So aeronautics, looking mostly at super and hypersonic aircraft, satellite applications, unmanned exploration, manned applications to exploration, launch vehicles, and then technology, which was kind of a grab bag section that just talked about things that could be applied to any of them. So for example, GNC equipment or power supplies. So I focused on the manned applications, and under current capabilities, the report discussed mostly the Gemini program and the design of the Gemini spacecraft. And then it issued 5 recommendations for intermediate plans, and then 5 recommendations for long duration plans. So the 5 intermediate ones were an Earth orbital application for the LEM, so looking at keeping the LEM in orbit for 1 to 2 months, rendezvous inspection and repair capabilities, lunar mapping for lunar exploration, extended stay on the lunar surface, so 3 to 14 days, and then LSS capabilities for up to 2 months. And then for the long duration recommendations, the 5 that they had were conventional takeoff and landing of the spacecraft, flexible Earth orbital ops, and then long duration space ops using Apollo hardware. So basically looking at combining some Apollo spacecraft LEMs together to make a space station, basically, roving lunar vehicles, and then planetary exploration. So what I kind of looked at was, what of this, now that we're 50 years down the line, which of these things have been accomplished, and for the ones that were not accomplished as set up by the report, had we accomplished them in a different way? So as an example, the report talked about these flexible Earth orbital ops in terms of taking satellites up in a service module and releasing them and having an astronaut come out of the command module and work on them. So that didn't happen, but obviously that really describes the shuttle program. So I thought it was interesting that whereas some people might have read this and considered it a failure in the 70s, we ultimately achieved a lot of these things, and I thought it brought up some interesting questions about what we define as success from these kind of long-term planning reports. So that's it. Thanks.